Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can do even better. There is a power that's more than the weapons of war. It's a sword without its first letter. Stories told at the time of the Baal Shem Tov that there were two residents of the town that got into a horrific argument. One of them lost his temper and screamed out, "I will rip you apart with my bare hands." The Baal Shem Tov summoned his disciples, his students, and he formed a circle, told them to close their eyes. He closed the circle, and suddenly the students began to scream with anguish and fear. They could literally see with their closed eyes. They envisaged how one human being was ripping apart another human being with their bare hands. Words have a terrible effect. They can be so destructive. And today we live in a world in which hate speech, unfortunately, is gaining momentum, which is causing so much anti-Semitism, racism, and harm between human beings. The psalmist Tehillim tells us that words are like arrows for a variety of reasons. One reason is that when one says a word here, it impacts and has an effect way beyond one's reach on the other side of the world, and never as much as today, where one is able to cause a viral negative communication across the world by a word that one says that is inappropriate. It's like an arrow because it shoots far away and causes havoc way beyond one's ability to reach. Words are like arrows because once you shoot them, you can't just take them back. Once the arrow has left the bow, you can't just say, "Whoops, let me just pull the arrow back." It's gone. It's now beyond your control. When we speak negatively, once the words have left our lips, we are no longer in control to just simply take it back. Pretend, strike it from the record. It's as if I didn't say it. Words continue to have impact. And not only when they actually cause harm, when words generate negativity to the extent that somebody down the line takes action that is harmful to another human being, but as the story of the Baal Shem Tov illustrates, even if it doesn't have a physical impact, it hangs out there in a spiritual domain. It is in this world somewhere. Words continue to have a negative effect, even if they did not practically impact on somebody's action and activity. So the message of this Shabbat, which talks about an ailment, a spiritual ailment that results in the body coming from a person's hate speech, negativity, slander against another human being. And he brings the symptoms of his disease to the Kohen, not to the doctor, because it's not a physical disease. It's an indication of an inner rot. It is a result of one's negative talk. And it is evaluated, and there's quarantining, and the person is sent out of the camp in isolation so that he is able to begin the rehabilitation process. He causes isolation by the negative words he said. He has to experience that isolation in the process of healing, of coming back to himself. And the message of this Shabbat, the power of words, is not only about negative words. Certainly, what we have to derive from this is that Hashem gave us this capacity to speak, to communicate. And when we use it positively, we uplift people. We are able to impact on society, environment in a positive way. Good words elicit good things around us. May Hashem give us the strength, the ability to think about our capacity to use words and to use them in a beautiful way that uplifts and makes a positive difference in the world around us. Have a beautiful Shabbos.